Aquarius. February is a game-changing month for you, filled with personal reinvention, clearer communication, and profound inner growth. Love and relationships. This is an exciting time for your love life, Aquarius. With a potent new Moon Solar Eclipse occurring in your very own sign on February 17th, you are stepping into a new personal chapter that inevitably impacts your relationships. This cosmic reset is like a birthday gift from the universe, especially for late Aquarius birthdays. It empowers you to redefine how you present yourself and what you need from close partnerships. If single, this could manifest as a burst of confidence that makes you more comfortable approaching others or making the first move. You are radiating a refreshed aura and people notice. Someone who is drawn to your individuality and progressive spirit may enter your life now. Be authentic, not that you know how to be any other way, because that's exactly what will attract the right match. If you're in a relationship, your partner might be amazed and inspired by the personal strides you're taking. As you grow, you might bring new ideas into the partnership, perhaps suggesting trying something completely different together, like a joint project or an adventurous trip later on. The key is to ensure your partner is on the same page by communicating openly. Speaking of communication, Mercury spending much of the month in Pisces, then retrograding on the 26th, highlights the importance of clear talk around shared finances and values with a partner. Minor misunderstandings about money could arise, so practice patience and double-check that you both understand each other's points during discussions about budgets, expenses, or future purchases. Venus in Pisces through most of February softens these matters with kindness and compassion. It's a great period to align on financial goals as a couple, perhaps even finding ways to increase mutual prosperity. Gentle sincerity in these talks will strengthen trust between you. Also, watch for Valentine's Day. It falls right between the eclipse and Saturn-Neptune meeting, making it a potentially magical time for expressing love and dreams. Plan something intimate and heartfelt rather than flashy. A quiet evening where you share your hopes for the future could bond you deeply. Career and personal growth. In terms of personal growth, Aquarius, this is one of the most significant months of the year for you. The solar eclipse in your sign indicates that you are reinventing yourself in some way. Perhaps you're adopting a new style, starting a new personal project, or breaking an old habit that no longer serves you. This self-focused renewal naturally spills into your career. As you clarify who you are and what you stand for, you may find your professional path evolving to match. Saturn, your traditional co-ruler, leaves your sign and moves into Aries on February 13th. You've spent the past couple of years with Saturn in Aquarius, likely feeling its weight in the form of responsibilities or limitations, but also achievements and solidifying of identity. Now, with Saturn shifting into your communication and learning sector for the next 2 years, you'll be challenged to structure your mind and messages. This means that starting this month, you might feel inclined to get serious about a writing project, further education, or honing a specific skill. You might enroll in a course, commit to a study schedule, or take on a teaching or mentorship role. The seeds planted now, like deciding to master a new software or language, will grow into impressive expertise by the end of Saturn's transit. Meanwhile, Mars in Capricorn, a very introspective zone for you, during February indicates that a lot of your career strategizing might be happening behind closed doors or in your own mind. You're working diligently, perhaps on a project that isn't public yet, or you're laying low while recalibrating your direction. Trust your instincts here. Sometimes pulling back and planning in solitude is exactly what's needed before a big launch. If you find moments of doubt or low drive, Mars in the 12th can sometimes sap outward momentum. Remind yourself that a strategic retreat is not failure, it's a powerful phase of preparation. Jupiter happily buzzing through Aries, your third house, continues to bring luck in networking, learning, and communicating. So even though you may be doing background work with Mars in the 12th, you won't lose your connection to others. In fact, you might stumble upon useful information or contacts that aid your career through casual conversations or online research. Pay attention to synchronicities, like overhearing someone mention a job opening or stumbling on an article that gives you an idea for a new income source. With Mercury retrograding in Pisces at month's end, there may be slight delays in receiving payments or minor accounting errors. It's wise to keep financial records tidy and double-check invoices and paychecks to ensure everything's correct. Health and wellness. Health-wise, Aquarius, February asks you to blend self-care with discipline. Saturn leaving your sign could actually feel like a relief physically. If you've had any chronic aches or energy lows, you may notice an improvement now that that transit has concluded. However, Saturn's entry into Aries means you should still mind your mental health and stress levels, as the focus on your mind could sometimes lead to overthinking or worry. Combat this by establishing healthy daily routines. For example, a consistent sleep schedule will be crucial, since Saturn likes structure, and Aries can sometimes bring restless thoughts at night. Try winding down with a technology-free hour before bed, perhaps reading something calming or doing a simple meditation to clear the mind. Mars in the hidden sector of your chart signals a good time to address any lingering subconscious stresses that could affect your well-being. You might benefit from gentle therapeutic activities such as yoga, tai chi, or even talk therapy if needed. These can help release tension and give an outlet to any frustrations you don't fully understand yet. Also, because Mars is transiting a private area, you could use physical exercise as a meditative practice. Think solitary runs or swims where you can let your mind wander and resolve inner dialogue. Keep an eye on immune health around the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, February 20th. That combination could momentarily lower physical defenses if you're run down. Support yourself by eating nourishing foods, staying hydrated, and not pushing your body too hard around that date. Listen if you feel the need to take a break or a mental health day, honoring that will speed your recovery from any minor ailments. Venus in Pisces suggests comfort foods and cozy environments bring more than just pleasure. They are genuinely restorative for you this month. So allow yourself that homemade soup or warm bath. It's healing for body and soul. Finance, emotional development, and social life. Financially, February looks stable with some potential bright spots. Jupiter in your communication house might bring small opportunities to earn through writing, speaking, or any work involving networking. If you freelance or have a side hustle, referrals from neighbors or friends could pop up. Since the eclipse is about you personally, it's more focused on identity than money, but sometimes when we step into our power, which you are doing, it indirectly leads to increased earning potential. Perhaps you gain the confidence to ask for a raise or decide to set up a profile to offer consulting in your field. Go for it. The cosmic winds are in your favor. Saturn's transit into your third house implies that in the coming years, you will be tightening your mental budgets, perhaps literally by learning to budget better, or figuratively by budgeting your time more effectively. Time is money, after all. Start small now. You might create a more efficient schedule to handle daily errands in one go rather than multiple trips, saving gas and time, or set aside time to review subscriptions and cut out what you don't use. Emotionally, the Saturn-Neptune mix on the 20th highlights a deep inner dialogue. You could find yourself reflecting on your childhood or home life, as Neptune currently in Aries, your foundation, seeks to unify idealism with reality. There might be a realization about how early life patterns influence your thinking. It's a positive chance to rewrite that inner narrative. For instance, if you always felt different or misunderstood as a child, common for progressive Aquarians, Saturn helps you see how that very uniqueness is your strength in adulthood. Embrace that narrative. You're not an outsider, You're a visionary who was simply ahead of your time. On a spiritual level, you might delve into learning about genealogy, family history, or even past life meditation, anything that connects you with the roots of your identity. Socially, this month is interesting. You're still in your personal spotlight, with the Sun in Aquarius until the 18th, so people are drawn to you and your ideas. You might host or attend a birthday event. Happy birthday, if it just passed, or is coming up, which will remind you of the love in your community. Mercury retrograde later in the month suggests caution in texting or emailing friends. Double-check which Jane you're sending that party invite to, for instance. But it's minor stuff. With Venus enhancing your communications, you're eloquent and persuasive. Friends will appreciate your words of encouragement or thoughtful advice. You might even reconcile with a friend if there had been distance, as Venus smooths conversations and Mercury retro might bring up the topic that needs resolution. By the end of February, Aquarius, you should feel an invigorating sense of self. You're beginning a new chapter with confidence, backed by realistic planning and the support of those who value you. Keep aligning your unique vision with practical steps, and you'll see both your inner and outer worlds blossom in the months to come. Pisces. February invites you to a serene yet transformative space, where introspection sparks new inspiration and gentle shifts set the stage for upcoming growth. Love and relationships. The romantic currents this month run deep and mostly gentle for you, Pisces. With Venus gracing your sign until February 20th, you're practically glowing in the eyes of others. This is your time to attract what and who you desire by simply being your compassionate, enchanting self. If single, you might notice admirers coming out of the woodwork, drawn to your kindness and alluring presence. Don't be surprised if someone confesses a crush, or a friend starts flirting a bit more obviously. Enjoy the attention, you deserve it. But listen to your intuition when deciding who to give your heart to. Venus in your sign can sometimes wrap you in an aura of idealism. You might be seeing the best in someone, which is beautiful, but also make sure you're seeing the real them. If you're in a relationship, February offers a sweet refresh. You're able to express love with extra tenderness now, which can heal any recent misunderstandings, or simply bring you and your partner closer than ever. Plan something mellow and dreamy together, perhaps a home spa night with candles and massage, or a slow walk by water if weather permits, holding hands and talking about your dreams. Mercury, your relationship talk planet, is retrograde from February 26th, mostly in your sign. That's a heads up that towards the end of the month, clear communication might require some effort. You and your partner should practice patience. If one of you feels unheard, or if plans keep getting mixed up, take a step back and calmly clarify. Sometimes Mercury retrograde can bring back old topics you thought were settled. If something like an ex-partner's name or a past dispute resurfaces, see it as a chance to gently reassure each other and finally put it to rest with forgiveness. Your natural empathy will guide you on the right approach. Career and personal growth. This month has a quiet but potent tone for career and personal development, Pisces. The key theme is preparation and subtlety. On February 17th, a powerful new Moon Solar Eclipse takes place in Aquarius, which for you illuminates your hidden house of intuition, closure, and behind-the-scenes activity. This could signal the beginning of a significant project that you're keeping under wraps for now. Maybe you're developing a new skill, working on a passion project during off hours, or laying the groundwork for a later debut, like writing a manuscript, crafting a business plan, or even planning a move or career shift that you're not ready to announce. It's like planting a seed in the dark soil. It's quiet work, but vital. Trust your inner voice. If you feel compelled to shift directions or start something completely new, even if it doesn't make logical sense to others, this eclipse indicates that the path will reveal itself in time. Saturn, the great teacher, enters your money and values sector, Aries, on February 13th, where it will tour for the next couple of years. This is big for your finances. Starting now, you'll likely become more serious about budgeting, saving, and building financial security. You might start considering long-term investments or ways to monetize your skills in a sustainable manner. Saturn here isn't about quick bucks, it's about steady, earned growth. If you've been reliant on others financially, Saturn nudges you to develop more self-reliance, which will in turn boost your confidence. In February, this could be as simple as creating a plan to pay off debt, saying yes to extra responsibility at work for a raise, or even setting boundaries if friends or relatives lean on your generosity a bit too much. Mars in Capricorn energizes your social network and aspirations sector for the first half of the month. You might feel driven to connect with groups, perhaps rallying people around a cause or project you care about. Use this energy to share one of your visions with a community or online platform. People will likely respond enthusiastically. It's also a good time to collaborate, especially with friends who have skills complementing yours. Just ensure any cooperative effort has clear agreements. Mars can sometimes spur conflict if roles are undefined. Late in the month, when Mars moves into Aquarius, joining that behind-the-scenes area, you might feel a strong pull to retreat a bit and focus inward. If so, honor that. The ideas and plans you formulate in quiet will fuel the action you take in the months to come. Health and wellness. Health is asking for a balance between movement and rest now, Pisces. With Jupiter continuing to bless your physical house, since Aries rules your second and Jupiter is there through mid-year, you have generally good vitality and the potential for physical improvement, but Saturn's shift into the same area advises structure. One immediate interpretation: it's time to create, or stick to, a consistent routine for your body. If you haven't been exercising regularly, start small and regular, maybe a 15-minute morning stretch every day, or a walk in the afternoon. It's better to do a bit daily than overdo once and then crash, especially under Saturn's influence. Saturn also governs teeth, bones, and skin. Consider scheduling any checkups you've been avoiding, like a dental cleaning or a bone density scan if relevant. Catching up on those will prevent issues later. Mercury retrograde in your sign at month's end cautions against neglecting any health signals. If you feel unusually tired or notice a recurrent symptom, don't brush it off, as you might normally do in your compassionate, others-first manner. Take time for a gentle review. Are you hydrated? Are you nourishing yourself with wholesome foods? Are you getting enough sleep, or are your dreams too active? Pisces often have rich dream lives, which can disturb quality of sleep if intense. As Mercury backtracks, dreams may indeed be vivid. Keep a notebook by the bed. Sometimes writing them out can clear your mind and improve rest. Emotionally, you're processing a lot subconsciously due to the eclipse and Saturn's subtle pressure. That can be tiring, so think of emotional rest too. Lose yourself in a creative hobby, or escape with a good book, or soothing music when you need a mental vacation. Lastly, with Venus in your sign much of the month, don't underestimate the power of pampering for wellness. A gentle massage, a new moisturizer that feels and smells heavenly, or even just wearing colors that uplift you can all contribute to your overall sense of well-being. Finance, emotional development, and social life. Financially, as mentioned, Saturn's entry into your money zone is the headline. Saturn may bring a necessity to curb excessive spending and focus on essentials. But it also encourages building new income streams. If you've been depending on one source of income, you might start diversifying, perhaps picking up a side gig or turning a hobby into a modest profit. February is the brainstorming and initial action phase for this. You might talk to a friend about starting something together. Mars in Capricorn in your collaboration zone supports that. Or invest in a class to improve your professional skills. Track your finances carefully now, not out of fear, but to identify patterns and opportunities. Maybe you discover a subscription you forgot to cancel, or realize you can save money by making coffee at home instead of buying daily. Small adjustments add up, which Saturn loves. On an emotional and spiritual level, you're undergoing a quiet metamorphosis. The Saturn-Neptune conjunction on February 20th can feel like an internal reckoning. Old illusions or dreams are meeting reality, and you're figuring out which ones to let go of and which ones to turn into something tangible. It's like refining gold. Your dreams are the raw material, and Saturn is the heat that purifies them into something solid and valuable. Some of this process may involve facing a fear of scarcity or a habit of undervaluing yourself. As you do, you'll emerge with a more grounded sense of what you need materially and emotionally to feel safe. It might be a bit somber at moments, but ultimately empowering. Socially, you have an interesting mix. Mars makes you proactive with friends and networks early on, possibly leading you to host a small gathering or spearhead a group project. Maybe you and friends will do something purposeful together, like a charity event, or a creative collaboration, a friend's short film, a group art show, etc. You enjoy working side by side on something meaningful. Venus in your sign naturally makes you more magnetic, and people enjoy being around your gentle aura this month. If you need support, don't hesitate to reach out. You might be used to being the compassionate listener, but friends are happy to return the favor and lend you an ear or a helping hand. With Mercury retrograding into your sign at the end, a friend you lost touch with might reappear, perhaps via social media or a chance meeting. It could be heartwarming to reconnect. Just keep initial expectations light and see how it unfolds. By the close of February, Pisces, you'll likely feel a sense of quiet accomplishment and readiness. You've laid down seeds for future financial stability, taken care of your inner self, and nurtured the bonds with those who truly matter. You stand at the cusp of your personal new year, with your birthday season arriving, having gently released the past and prepared the soil for new dreams to grow. Embrace this calm and introspective period. Soon enough, you'll step into the spotlight again, and you'll be glad you took this time to heal and plan. Aries. February ignites profound shifts in your world, especially in love and personal identity. In relationships, Venus and Mercury moving through your subtle psychological sector, Pisces, encourage you to address hidden feelings. You may find yourself reminiscing about past loves or experiencing vivid dreams of old flames as Mercury turns retrograde later this month. Love and relationships. With gentle Venus glowing in your realm of solitude and healing, you crave deep soul connections rather than superficial encounters. If single, you might feel drawn to someone who understands your private world or even develop a secret crush. If attached, this is a beautiful time to support each other emotionally. Quiet nights in and heartfelt conversations can strengthen your bond. Just be patient if communication feels foggy. Mercury's retrograde may cause minor misunderstandings, so practice compassion and clarity with your partner. Career and personal growth. All eyes are on you as Sirius Saturn enters Aries on the 13th, marking the beginning of a 2-year phase of increased responsibility and self-development. You are stepping into a leadership role in your life, which can elevate your career goals, but also test your patience. At work, you might suddenly find that hard work and discipline are demanded of you. The good news is that energetic Mars, your ruling planet, powers through your career zone in ambitious Capricorn, giving you the drive to tackle challenges head-on. You can achieve recognition now by channeling your focus and taking initiative. Opportunities for advancement or new projects may arise, but be ready to prove yourself with consistent effort. Financially, this Saturnian influence advises you to plan carefully. It's time to budget and lay a solid foundation for long-term prosperity rather than chasing quick gains. Health and wellness. Aries, your vitality is generally strong, but Saturn's influence in your sign means you should pace yourself and establish healthier routines. There could be moments this month when you feel a bit low on energy or weighed down by obligations. Combat this by structuring an exercise program or daily regimen that keeps you active yet doesn't burn you out. Mars's position boosts your ambition to improve fitness, but remember to allow for rest and recovery to avoid fatigue or minor injuries. Meditation or gentle yoga can help balance out stress from your busy career push, especially around the new Moon Solar Eclipse mid-month, when emotions might run high. Finance, emotional development, and social life. Financially, unpredictable Uranus turning direct in your income sector, Taurus, early in the month, could bring sudden changes in earnings or a brilliant idea for boosting your income. Stay flexible and open-minded with money. An innovative approach to using your talents could pay off. Emotionally, the rare Saturn-Neptune conjunction on the 20th helps you blend your dreams with reality, teaching you powerful life lessons about who you truly are and what you value. You're learning to trust your instincts, no more downplaying those gut feelings, while also setting healthy boundaries. On a spiritual level, you may feel an awakening of purpose, as if you're shedding an old skin and preparing to become a more mature, authentic version of yourself. Socially, the solar eclipse in Aquarius sparks a fresh start in your friendship circle or community involvement. You might join a new group, reconnect with supportive friends, or step into a leadership role in a team or cause you care about. While Saturn in your sign has you focusing on personal goals, don't neglect the friends and allies who cheer you on. They're an important source of inspiration and joy. By month's end, you'll likely feel that you've grown significantly, more grounded in relationships, more focused in your ambitions, and more attuned to the balance between your inner world and outer achievements. Taurus, February brings a gentle yet powerful evolution in your connections, career dreams, and inner life. Love and relationships. Affectionate Venus, your ruling planet, graces your friendship and social sector in Pisces after February 10th, blurring the lines between platonic and romantic feelings. If you're single, a friend could unexpectedly stir your heart or introduce you to someone special. There's a sweet, compassionate energy in your interactions, so you may find that love grows from shared ideals or creative collaborations. Couples will benefit from exploring activities together in group settings, doing something fun with mutual friends, or pursuing a charitable cause side by side can deepen your bond. Mercury's retrograde in this same area suggests an old friend, or even a former lover, could resurface. Take your time to communicate clearly if past issues are revisited, and avoid jumping to conclusions. Career and personal growth. This month, your aspirations are highlighted. The new Moon Solar Eclipse on the 17th electrifies your career zone, Aquarius, possibly heralding a new professional opportunity or a change in your public role. You might suddenly decide to head in a fresh direction work-wise, or finally get recognition for your unique talents. Innovative Uranus, awakening from its retrograde in your sign on February 3rd, boosts your confidence to make authentic moves. You're more willing now to break out of your comfort zone and embrace the changes you've been contemplating. With Saturn's shift into Aries on the 13th, however, some of your progress may happen behind the scenes. Over the next couple of years, you'll be laying low and quietly building skills or clearing out old subconscious blocks to success. In February, this means you could be doing a lot of thinking and planning in private. Perhaps you're studying or preparing for a future leap in your career without broadcasting it to the world just yet. Patience is key. Trust that these efforts, though unseen by others, are setting you up for long-term growth. Health and wellness. Taurus, your well-being gets a boost from Mars energizing your adventure sector. This placement inspires you to break out of stagnant routines. Consider trying a new outdoor activity or exercise program that also feeds your mind, like hiking in nature or a dance class with cultural flair. Your physical energy is fairly strong, but be mindful of stress in mid-February when multiple cosmic events peak. Around the eclipse on the 17th, you might feel some restlessness or anxiety as career changes loom. Grounding yourself with deep breaths, meditation, or a steady yoga practice will help maintain inner peace. Saturn's new influence suggests you should pay attention to your mental health too. Adopting a daily relaxation ritual, even just a calming tea before bed, or journaling your dreams, can ease any emerging worries or sleep disturbances. Finance, emotional development, and social life. Financially, you're entering a phase where caution and strategy pay off. Saturn now watches over your hidden 12th house of endings and behind-the-scenes matters, meaning it's wise to quietly sort out any outstanding debts or financial loose ends. Budgeting in a realistic way brings peace of mind. Avoid lending money impulsively, and instead focus on building a secret savings cushion for the future. Emotionally, the Saturn-Neptune conjunction on February 20th might stir up old fears or hidden longings, but it also offers profound healing. You're learning to let go of past disappointments and to trust the subtle guidance of your intuition more deeply. Embrace any flashes of insight about your life's direction. They are helping you release what no longer serves you. On a spiritual level, you could feel drawn to explore meditation, therapy, or a creative retreat this month to nourish your soul. Socially, February is quite active. Venus in your social sector makes you the heart of your friend group. People appreciate your warmth and reliability, and you may find yourself organizing gatherings or being a supportive listener to others. With Mercury retrograde, an old friend might reach out to reconnect, offering you a chance to rekindle a meaningful friendship. Enjoy the nostalgia, but maintain healthy boundaries if any unresolved tensions existed. By month's end, Taurus, you'll likely feel that you've struck a beautiful balance, nurturing your dreams quietly, strengthening bonds with friends and loved ones, and stepping steadily toward a career path that aligns with your authentic self. Gemini. February's cosmic currents prompt you to revisit old goals, refine communication, and deepen your personal connections. Love and relationships. In the realm of romance, February asks you to slow down and listen carefully. Communicator Mercury, your ruling planet, turns retrograde on the 26th in your career and public image zone, Pisces for you, which might indirectly affect your personal life. How so? You could be focused on work matters or big plans, causing slight miscommunications with your partner or delays in dating plans. Fear not. Sweet Venus also glides through Pisces, smoothing over tensions with compassion and charm. If you're single, you might find yourself attracted to someone you meet through professional circles or at an event, perhaps a creative colleague or someone who admires your intellect. Take things slow, as Mercury's retro energy means it's best to get to know them gradually rather than rushing in. If attached, use this time to discuss long-term aspirations together. Venus encourages mutual support and understanding as you and your beloved talk about career dreams or your public life as a couple. Just double-check that you're both hearing each other correctly. Repeating back what you think you heard can prevent mix-ups. Career and personal growth. This is a significant month for your ambitions, Gemini. The new Moon Solar Eclipse in Aquarius on February 17th electrifies your sector of higher learning, travel, and vision. You might embark on a new course of study, publish your ideas, or receive an opportunity related to teaching or international connections. This eclipse invites you to think big about your future and to break away from limiting beliefs. Saturn's entry into your friendship and long-term goals zone, Aries, on the 13th indicates that over the next few years, you'll be putting more structure around your dreams, and it starts now. Perhaps you outline a 5-year plan or join a professional network that requires commitment. This month, you may already feel the urge to turn a clever idea into something concrete. Meanwhile, Mars energizes your financial and joint resources area in Capricorn, giving you the drive to sort out loans, debts, or big business moves. Use that assertiveness wisely, negotiate for a better deal, or take action on an investment you've researched thoroughly. If there's a contract to sign, Mercury's retrograde suggests it's wise to review everything twice, and if possible, wait until after mid-March to finalize. Patience and precision in communication will be your secret weapons to advancing your career under these skies. Health and wellness. Health-wise, Gemini, you are encouraged to take a holistic approach. With Saturn now influencing your social life and networking, stress might come from feeling obligations to many people. Remember that it's okay to say no and recharge. The full moon in Leo at the start of the month likely brought attention to your mental well-being and the need for self-expression. Carry that lesson forward by doing something each day that lets you vent or create, whether it's journaling, painting, or simply chatting with a friend about your feelings. Mercury retrograde might make you feel a bit mentally foggy or forgetful at times. So establish simple routines. Jot down reminders and prioritize good sleep to keep your mind sharp. Physically, Mars in Capricorn lends you the stamina to tackle any health goals, especially if you've been meaning to begin a new exercise or improve your diet. Just watch out for pushing too hard. Mars can make you enthusiastic, but also accident-prone if you rush. Steady, regular workouts will serve you better than sporadic, intense bursts. Finance, emotional development, and social life. Financially, February could be a turning point. Uranus moving forward in your hidden sector implies that sudden insights about money management or an unexpected behind-the-scenes opportunity might arise. You could discover a new way to budget or find out about a side income source that was previously overlooked. Saturn's influence suggests tightening up spending on social activities. You might decide to cut frivolous expenses in favor of saving for a big dream, like future travel or education. Emotionally, the Saturn-Neptune meeting on the 20th helps you merge practical thinking with faith in your ideals. This aspect nudges you to clarify what you truly believe in and stand for. It might be a time when you let go of an old goal that no longer inspires you, replacing it with a fresh vision that aligns with the person you're becoming. Spiritually, you may feel drawn to connect with a community or group that shares your philosophical outlook, which can provide comfort and inspiration. Socially, your calendar is active yet thoughtful. Venus brings warmth to your interactions with higher-ups and mentors. Networking can be pleasant and helpful now. You might reconnect with a former colleague or teacher who offers valuable advice. However, with Saturn now in your friendship zone, you'll start gravitating towards friends who are reliable and supportive of your growth, and you may gently distance yourself from casual acquaintances who drain your energy. This doesn't mean loneliness. Rather, you are curating a circle that truly resonates with your values. By the end of the month, Gemini, you will likely find that you've struck a new balance, chasing your ambitions with clarity, nurturing sincere relationships, and learning that sometimes slowing down and reflecting can actually speed up your success in the long run. Cancer. February's cosmic shifts light up your sectors of transformation, knowledge, and partnership, guiding you toward heartfelt growth. Love and relationships. Your relationships are evolving in profound ways. With mighty Jupiter continuing its journey through your sign for the first half of the year, you're exuding warmth and confidence, which naturally draws others closer. This month, that positive aura in your personality also helps heal and expand your relationships. If single, you may find your optimism and newfound self-assurance attract admirers. Someone could enter your life who appreciates your nurturing nature and offers you the respect and kindness you deserve. Keep an open heart, especially around the time of the full moon in Leo on February 1st. which could highlight issues of give and take and encourage you to express your needs openly. If you're in a partnership, expect a significant shift. Sirius Saturn departs your house of belief and enters your career and public zone on the 13th, which may at first pull your focus towards work or external responsibilities. Your partner might notice you're busier or more ambitious than usual. Communication is key. Let them know your goals and invite their support. Venus in Pisces from February 10th brings a blessing to your love life. This gentle, romantic influence touches your sector of long distance and philosophy. Couples might rekindle their spark by exploring new experiences together, like taking a weekend getaway or learning something spiritual side by side. Single Cancerians might be attracted to someone from a different background or culture, possibly meeting through travel or an educational pursuit. Mercury is retrograde in the same zone, starting February 26th, suggests taking your time in new relationships. Miscommunications can happen, especially if you or a loved one are far apart. Double-check plans and be patient if messages get crossed. Career and personal growth. Your professional life is entering a phase of solidification and challenge. When Saturn climbs to the peak of your chart on February 13th, it heralds approximately 2 years of increased responsibility, hard work, and ultimately achievement in your career. You might already feel the shift this month. Perhaps you step into a leadership role, or you become very aware of the need to define your long-term career path. It could initially feel heavy. Balancing home and work might be tricky, but know that Saturn's pressure is shaping you into an expert and authority in your field. Around mid-month, the new Moon Solar Eclipse in Aquarius, February 17th, activates your sector of shared resources and deep transformation. This can bring a new beginning in terms of investments, loans, or a financial partnership. You might secure funding for a business, decide to merge finances with a spouse, or pay off a debt, setting you on a path towards financial empowerment. It's also a psychological rebirth. You're shedding old fears about security and proving to yourself that you can handle more. Meanwhile, Uranus turning direct on February 3rd in your friendship and networking zone may present a surprising professional connection. Perhaps a friend recommends you for an opportunity, or you join an innovative group that elevates your career. Keep an open mind with networking. A casual conversation this month might spark an idea or lead to a door opening when you least expect it. Health and wellness. Cancer. As responsibilities ramp up, your well-being needs mindful care. Mars spends the month in your opposite sign of Capricorn, which can sometimes manifest as stress coming through others. Maybe a partner or colleague's demands test your patience. This dynamic energy might create some tension that you feel in your body, for instance, tight shoulders or an upset stomach when conflicts arise. Combat this by maintaining clear boundaries and not taking on more emotional labor than necessary. Regular physical activity will help channel any frustration positively. Even a brisk walk or a home workout routine can release pressure and clear your head. The Saturn-Neptune conjunction on February 20th could bring to light how your mental outlook is affecting your physical health. You might have an epiphany about a negative belief or worry that's been weighing you down. This is an excellent time to adopt a meditation practice or breathing exercises to strengthen your mind-body connection. Also, with Mercury retrograde in your travel sector at month's end, ensure you practice patience on the road and double-check travel plans to avoid last-minute stress. Finance, emotional development, and social life. Finances take a turn for the better but require prudence. Jupiter in your sign boosts your luck and could bring opportunities to earn more, yet Saturn at your career helm reminds you that slow and steady progress, not quick wins, will build lasting security. The solar eclipse mid-month may revolutionize your financial landscape. You might start a joint venture, renegotiate a loan, or reorganize your budget to eliminate lingering debt. It's a powerful moment to set a new financial intention, Plant the seeds now and watch them grow over the coming months. Emotionally, this month is about developing resilience and faith. The cosmic alignment of Saturn and Neptune helps you face reality without losing hope. You might confront a long-held fear about stepping into the spotlight, or an old insecurity about your competence. By meeting these feelings head-on, you gain wisdom and learn that you are far more capable than you believed. On a spiritual level, you could find comfort in community or higher learning. For instance, attending a workshop, joining a prayer or meditation group, or simply indulging in inspiring books can elevate your spirit. Socially, unpredictable Uranus in your social circle coming out of retrograde can bring a flurry of activity. A friend might surprise you with unusual news or invite you to an event that broadens your horizons. While Saturn's new focus might limit your free time, try to stay connected with supportive friends who uplift you. They can provide perspective and laughter when work feels intense. You may even find that friends step in to help you in practical ways this month, a reminder that you're not alone and that people value you deeply. By the end of February, Cancer, you'll likely feel a mix of accomplishment and transformation. You are stepping into greater authority in your professional life, learning profound lessons about balancing reality with dreams and nurturing your personal relationships with the tenderness and care that make you who you are. Leo. February invites you to venture outside your comfort zone in love, sharpen your focus in work, and embark on a journey of personal reinvention. Love and relationships. The month opens with a full moon in your sign on February 1st, putting your emotions and desires under a revealing spotlight. You may feel an urgent need to express yourself in your relationships, whether that means telling someone how much you care, or speaking up about something that's been on your heart. Lean into that courage, Leo, but remember to listen as well. This lunation can strengthen bonds if you communicate openly and kindly. If single, that full moon could spark a realization about what you truly seek in a partner, inspiring you to approach dating with more authenticity. As the month progresses, energy shifts. Your partnership zone is supercharged by a new Moon Solar Eclipse in Aquarius on the 17th. This eclipse occurs in your opposite sign, signaling a new chapter in your one-on-one relationships. It might bring an exciting new relationship into your life, or a fresh start in an existing one. Perhaps you and your significant other decide to recommit in a deeper way, or you meet someone who turns out to be incredibly significant. Keep an open mind. Aquarian energy often works in unexpected ways, so romance might blossom with someone who initially seems very different from you. Meanwhile, Venus in Pisces, from February 10th, adds intensity and intimacy to your love life. For couples, this can deepen emotional and physical closeness. You'll find it easier to be vulnerable and share your dreams and fears with your partner. Single Leos might experience a magnetic attraction with someone who intrigues them on a soul level. Mercury's retrograde at month's end could blur some signals, especially about shared finances or commitments. So strive for clarity and don't be afraid to ask questions to avoid assumptions. Career and personal growth. Professionally, you're in a rebuilding and expansion phase. The rare Saturn-Neptune conjunction on February 20th lights up your sector of long-term ambitions and shared finances. This means you could be blending creative vision with practical planning in your career. Perhaps you're setting up a business partnership, negotiating investments for a project, or solidifying the structure of a collaborative endeavor. Earlier in the month, on the 13th, Saturn moves into Aries, igniting your house of higher learning, publishing, and global connections. Over the next couple of years, starting now, you might commit to serious study, develop expertise in a new field, or grow your influence internationally. In February, you could already feel the call to teach or further your education. If an opportunity arises to attend a workshop, start an advanced course, or even travel for work, consider it. These experiences will build the foundation for your future success. Uranus turning direct in your career sector, Taurus, on February 3rd suggests that any delays or uncertainties in your job path start to clear up. Expect the unexpected. You might receive sudden news regarding a promotion, a project approval, or a change in leadership that benefits you in the long run. Keep your approach flexible and innovative. Showing that you can adapt will impress higher-ups. Mars powering through your daily work zone in Capricorn gives you extra endurance and efficiency. You'll likely handle a heavy workload with determination, ticking items off your to-do list like a boss. Just be mindful not to overcommit. With so much cosmic momentum, it's tempting to take on everything. Prioritize tasks that align with your goals and delegate or delay what you realistically can. Health and wellness. Leo, your well-being this month is closely tied to how you manage stress and routine. Mars in Capricorn in your health sector suggests you have the energy to improve your fitness and daily habits, which is great news. This is an ideal time to start a new exercise program, especially something structured like strength training or a disciplined yoga practice. You will find satisfaction in seeing gradual progress. However, Mars can also bring a tendency to push too hard, so watch for signs of burnout or minor injuries from overexertion. Balance those workouts with adequate rest. The full moon early in the month may have highlighted any personal health concerns or lifestyle changes you need. Heed those intuitive nudges. Perhaps you realized you need more sleep, a better work-life balance, or a change in diet. Take action on those insights now for best results. Saturn's new influence in Aries encourages you to be mindful of your mental health through continued learning or spiritual practice. Engaging in a mind-expanding hobby, like reading on a subject you love, or practicing meditation and breath work, can reduce anxiety and offer a sense of purpose. Mercury's retrograde in your sector of deep emotions suggests you be gentle with yourself in late February. Old emotional patterns or worries could resurface. If they do, use it as an opportunity to finally process and release them. Writing in a journal or speaking with a trusted friend or counselor could bring immense relief and clarity. Finance, emotional development, and social life. Financially, February might present new horizons. The solar eclipse triggers a fresh start in how you handle shared money. If you have a spouse or business partner, you could initiate a new budget, investment, or financial plan together that aims to secure your future. You might also pay down debt or consolidate resources, lifting a weight off your shoulders. Saturn conjunct Neptune in your financial zone indicates it's time to ground your dreams. That could mean making a realistic plan to afford a big goal, like buying property or funding a creative project. Don't shy away from the numbers. Confronting them with Saturn's discipline will help turn a fantasy into something achievable, even if it takes time. Emotionally, this is a month of significant growth. You're learning about trust, Leo, trusting yourself, trusting a partner, and trusting the process of transformation. The Saturn-Neptune energy can sometimes feel like a test of faith. You might question whether your efforts are worth it or feel moments of doubt about your path. These feelings are natural, but they are teaching you resilience. You're discovering that by combining hope with hard work, you can overcome just about anything. Spiritually, you might get into practices like visualization or affirmations to keep your mindset positive while staying honest about the work ahead. Socially, your world is enriching. Mars in your service and teamwork sector might mean you're collaborating closely with colleagues or throwing yourself into a community project. You might become the driving force in a group effort, earning respect and maybe even a new friend or two in the process. Just watch for impatience if others don't move as fast as you. Not everyone has your current level of drive. Uranus moving forward in your career house could also alter your social circles. Perhaps you'll mingle more with people in your industry or meet mentors who open doors. Friends may surprise you this month in a fun way. Be open to spontaneous invitations, as they could lead to memorable experiences or useful connections. By month's end, Leo, you emerge with a clearer sense of direction and partnership. You stand at a threshold of new commitments in love and business. Your creative fire is stoked yet tempered with wisdom, and you have the cosmic wind at your back to pursue both personal joy and shared success with those dearest to you. Virgo. February's stars encourage you to nurture your relationships, refine your routines, and embrace opportunities for personal healing. Love and relationships. Relationships take center stage this month, Virgo. Venus, the planet of love, graces your partnership zone in dreamy Pisces starting February 10th, wrapping your interactions in a veil of compassion, romance, and a dash of idealism. If you're single, someone with a gentle soul and creative spirit could enter your life, potentially around mid-month. It might even be someone you considered just a friend or an acquaintance before, now suddenly viewed in a more romantic light under Venus's magic. Take it slow and enjoy the courtship. There is a fairy tale quality in the air, but remember that Mercury, your ruling planet, will turn retrograde on the 26th. That means communication mishaps are possible, so clarify your intentions and don't assume new love interests can read your mind. If you're in a relationship, February can feel like a soft reset for you and your partner. After a period that may have felt routine or even tense, Venus dissolves grudges and encourages empathy. This is an excellent time to have heartfelt conversations and rekindle romance. Plan a special date night, maybe recreate your first date, or simply spend an evening sharing dreams for the future. Mercury's retrograde influence might bring up an old issue near the end of the month, but instead of worrying, see it as a chance to finally resolve it together. You'll find that patience and listening carefully to each other will be key. Career and personal growth. On the work front, the cosmos are motivating you to improve and innovate. The month kicks off with Uranus, the planet of sudden change, going direct in your sector of higher learning and expansion, Taurus. If your career has any connection to education, travel, or publishing, you could experience a breakthrough. Perhaps you decide to sign up for advanced training that boosts your qualifications, or an opportunity to work with a foreign client pops up unexpectedly. Embrace these developments. They are meant to take you out of your comfort zone and elevate your expertise. Meanwhile, the new Moon Solar Eclipse on February 17th shines in your daily work and wellness sector, Aquarius, signaling a fresh start in your routine. You might implement a new system at work to increase efficiency, take on a new role within your team, or even begin a different job entirely that offers a healthier work-life balance. This eclipse's energy can also manifest as a desire to be of service in a bigger way. Volunteering or starting a community project could be fulfilling and open doors later. Saturn's move into Aries on February 13th is significant for you as well. Over the next 2 years, Saturn will teach you about managing shared resources and long-term investments. In the short term, you may notice an increased focus on financial planning, joint ventures, or even dealing with taxes, debts, and inheritances. February might have you starting to sort out these areas, perhaps creating a plan to pay off a loan or discussing finances more seriously with a business or romantic partner. It's not the most glamorous work, but laying this groundwork now will secure your future stability. Be diligent yet flexible, and don't hesitate to seek expert advice if needed. Health and wellness. Your health gets a cosmic boost this month, Virgo, but it also asks for your mindful attention. The eclipse in Aquarius, your wellness sector, encourages you to adopt a new healthy habit or to drop a bad one. It could be as simple as deciding to take a brisk walk every morning, trying a new dietary plan that suits your body's needs, or finally addressing a nagging health issue by seeking proper treatment. Because this is a solar eclipse, small changes can lead to big results, The key is consistency. Saturn's influence now touching your psychological and emotional health suggests it's also time to develop strategies for stress management. You may benefit from a structured practice like a regular therapy session, meditation routine, or journaling each evening to process your feelings. Mercury retrograde at month's end occurs in your relationship zone, which might indirectly affect your mental health. If misunderstandings with others arise, you might feel anxious. Remember to employ your excellent analytical skills in a positive way. Instead of overthinking worst-case scenarios, calmly ask for clarification. Odds are any mix-ups are minor and resolvable. With Mars burning bright in Capricorn, your creative sector, one great way to relieve stress is through play. Yes, play. Consider indulging in a hobby you love or a creative project that makes you lose track of time. Painting, writing, baking, gardening, anything that brings joy. Not only will this boost your mood, but it also revitalizes your spirit. Physically, you should generally feel energetic, and Mars's influence means that regular exercise will not only strengthen your body, but also sharpen your mind this month. Finance, emotional development, and social life. Financially, Virgo, you're entering a phase of prudent management and potential growth. Saturn's new position in Aries as of mid-month emphasizes shared finances and investments. If you share money or assets with a spouse or business partner, you may start developing a more concrete plan for those resources. Perhaps you set a budget for joint expenses. Consider taking a loan for a significant purchase like a home, with careful planning, or consolidate debts for a clearer payment strategy. It's also possible you'll invest time and energy into learning more about finances. Think of it as taking on a new subject in the school of life. By educating yourself now, you pave the way for wise investments and even wealth accumulation in the long term. Emotionally, the rare meeting of Saturn and Neptune on February 20th is working on you at a deep level. It's dissolving illusions around dependency and teaching you about trust in others and trust in the process of letting go. You might find yourself confronting a fear of loss or control within close relationships. It could feel uncomfortable, but this cosmic lesson is helping you grow resilient. By facing these feelings, you learn that vulnerability doesn't equal weakness, and that some things and people might leave your life to make space for better alignments. Spiritually, this is a powerful time for release and renewal. You could benefit from rituals like writing down an old worry or regret, and then safely burning the paper to symbolize letting it go. You're making room for more love and positivity by flushing out emotional clutter. Socially, your network is both supportive and dynamic now. With Venus in your opposite sign, one-on-one connections thrive. You may be closer than ever with a best friend or enjoy frequent, meaningful conversations with a sibling or someone dear. Mars in your social media and communication sector suggests lively interactions. Maybe you're exchanging creative ideas with friends or collaborating on a fun project together. However, be mindful around mid to late February that Mercury's retrograde might cause a misunderstanding in a friendship. If a friend seems distant or a message is misconstrued, give it time and clarify gently. Odds are it's a temporary blip. Also, the Uranian energy in your house of expansion might bring a new friend from a different background into your circle or reconnect you with someone overseas. Embrace these connections. They can introduce exciting perspectives and opportunities. By the end of the month, Virgo, you'll likely feel a sense of quiet accomplishment. You're tending to the details that matter, strengthening relationships through empathy, refining your daily life for better health and efficiency, and laying the groundwork for future security. In doing so, you're also honoring your personal growth, proving to yourself that when preparation meets openness to change, magic happens. Libra. February's cosmic landscape is transforming your daily life, relationships, and self-care routines, urging you to find equilibrium in the midst of change. Love and relationships. There's a mix of sweetness and seriousness in your relationships this month. The main event is Saturn's shift into your partnership sign of Aries on February 13th. This is a big deal. Saturn will be touring your relationship sector for the next couple of years, and you may already feel the first hints of its influence. If you're in a committed relationship, this transit encourages you to build a stronger foundation together. It might bring some challenges or responsibilities that test your bond. For instance, you or your partner could be focusing on a demanding career move or a family obligation. But these are opportunities to show up for each other and reinforce trust. You might formalize your partnership under Saturn's watch. Some Libras will decide to move in together, get engaged, or set long-term plans in motion. On the flip side, if a relationship has been unstable, Saturn can expose the cracks and push you to address them honestly. Have open-hearted but clear conversations, and remember that fairness and balance, your fortes, are your best tools. If you're single, Saturn might initially feel like it's slowing down your love life or raising your standards dramatically. You could become more discerning about who you let into your heart, preferring quality over quantity when it comes to dates. This is a good thing. Embrace it by taking time to know someone deeply rather than rushing. Meanwhile, charming Venus, your ruling planet, spends most of the month in your work and wellness sector, Pisces, suggesting that love may blossom in everyday places. Perhaps you notice a flirtation with a co-worker or meet someone while running errands or at the gym. There's an element of the ordinary turning romantic. Just keep an eye out around late February when Mercury retrogrades through this zone, as minor mix-ups, like a misplaced text or an awkward scheduling for a date, can happen. Laugh them off. They're not a big deal in the long run. Career and personal growth. Libra, your creative spark and leadership abilities are highlighted in February. The new Moon Solar Eclipse on February 17th electrifies your sector of joy, creativity, and children, Aquarius. This powerful eclipse suggests a fresh start. You might launch a creative project that you've been dreaming about, or step into a more playful, authentic approach in your career. It could also indicate news or a new beginning related to children, whether that means a pregnancy in the family, your kids hitting a milestone, or you taking on a role that involves mentoring young people. Professionally, if you've been feeling stuck, this eclipse might unexpectedly put you in the spotlight for something you love doing. Say yes to opportunities that let your talents shine. With Uranus turning direct in your shared resources sector on February 3rd, a financial surprise or partnership shift could catalyze changes at work. Maybe a business investment comes through, funding a project, or a partner's evolving situation forces you to adapt your joint plans. Flexibility in these matters will serve you well. You're naturally cooperative, so trust that you can find a win-win solution. Mars, the planet of action, charges through your home and family sector, Capricorn, this month. This influence can go two ways. You might pour energy into a home improvement, or even consider relocating for work. Or you might have to manage conflicts or busy activities on the home front that distract you from your job. It could be a juggling act. The key is to channel Mars's energy positively. Set aside specific times to deal with domestic tasks or issues so they don't bleed into your professional hours. Perhaps working from home a bit or reorganizing your space for better productivity would help. If family demands get intense, remember to communicate your boundaries gently to both family members and colleagues. People will understand as long as you're clear and calm. This effort toward balance, your specialty, will pay off in improved focus and less stress. Health and wellness. This month, the stars encourage you to create harmony in your daily routines and take mindful care of your health. The full moon in Leo on February 1st may have brought some insight into how you manage stress and social commitments. You might have realized you're stretched thin between helping friends, pursuing goals, and finding me time. Use that awareness now to recalibrate. Mercury will retrograde in your health and work sector at the end of the month, hinting that it's time to revisit any unresolved health matters or slip-ups in your routine. Maybe you'll reschedule that doctor's appointment you missed or finally implement a better system to manage your schedule. Venus in Pisces gracing this same area suggests that you find enjoyment and peace in simple wellness practices. Consider adding gentle, pleasant activities to your daily life. A short walk in nature while listening to your favorite music, a calming herbal tea ritual in the afternoon, or even sprucing up your workspace with a little aromatherapy diffuser. These small touches bring comfort and can improve your mental well-being significantly. Physically, since Saturn has now left your health zone, it was in Pisces for the past few months. Any heaviness or chronic issues may start to ease as long as you continue any positive habits you've adopted. Keep eating balanced meals and maintaining a regular sleep schedule. Consistency is your friend. With Mars energizing your home sector, you might also find that engaging in housework or DIY projects can serve as a surprising workout and stress relief. Turning on some music and cleaning out a closet or repainting a room can burn calories and give you a satisfying sense of accomplishment, improving both your environment and your mood. Finance, emotional development, and social life. Financially, Libra, February brings mixed news but overall progress. Saturn's departure from your work sector could mean less pressure on the immediate income front. You might feel as though you finally have a handle on daily expenses or work hours. However, Saturn moving into Aries now places focus on shared finances and commitments with others. If you're married or have business partners, be prepared to implement stricter budgets together. It's a great time to have those serious money talks. Define shared goals, buying a home, saving for a big trip, etc., and outline who contributes what. You may also start dealing with things like wills, insurance, or taxes in a more organized manner. Saturn rewards planning, so get those documents and plans in order early. Uranus in your 8th house turning direct could bring a financial surprise, maybe a sudden bonus, an inheritance, or conversely an unexpected bill. Keep a little rainy day fund ready if possible to handle anything out of the blue. On the emotional front, you're doing some deep learning. The Saturn-Neptune conjunction on February 20th in early Aries might make you aware of patterns in how you approach relationships. Perhaps you realize you've been sacrificing too much at times, Neptune's influence, and it's time to set firmer boundaries, Saturn's lesson. It's okay to prioritize your own needs. Doing so will ultimately make your partnerships healthier. You may also feel a touch of melancholy or nostalgia as you review past relationships or old versions of yourself. Acknowledge how far you've come and allow any necessary grieving or closure. Spiritually, this aspect can be a call to integrate realism and hope. For example, if you've been idealizing a perfect relationship, Saturn will remind you that everyone is human, but Neptune asks you to keep faith that love and connection are still magical, imperfections and all. Socially, the eclipse in Aquarius signals a vibrant time. Many Libras could see new friendships blossom through creative or leisure activities. You might join a club, start a team sport, or simply find yourself surrounded by fun-loving people who share your hobbies. You're likely the life of the party around that eclipse window, or at least, you'll find it easier to be playful and light-hearted with others. Mars at home suggests that you might also entertain friends or family in your space this month. If so, plan gatherings that are active, maybe a small dinner party where everyone helps cook, or a game night that gets everyone involved. This uses up Mars's restless energy in a positive way and brings you joy, too. By month's end, Libra, you'll likely notice that you're stepping into a new chapter of maturity in how you handle commitments and carve out personal peace. Though Saturn's tests in love might feel weighty at moments, know that they are sculpting your relationships into more enduring, authentic forms. With your natural charm, fairness, and a bit of cosmic help from Venus, you're well equipped to keep the balance and even find new heights of love and happiness as you adapt to these changes. Scorpio. February stirs powerful changes in your home life, sparks creativity in romance, and helps you set a stable course for your future. Love and relationships. Your love life in February is filled with depth and passion, just the way you like it, Scorpio. With Venus swimming through fellow water sign Pisces after February 10th, a wave of romance and creative expression washes over you. This lovely influence touches your sector of true love, dating, and joy. If you're single, you may feel extra magnetic and inspired to put yourself out there. There's a dreamy, enchanting quality to potential connections now. You could meet someone through a hobby, at an art or music event, or even unexpectedly while out having fun with friends. Trust your intuition if someone new gives you butterflies. Venus in Pisces often points to almost fated feeling encounters. That said, Mercury's retrograde begins on February 26th in this same area of your chart. So if an ex or an old crush resurfaces around then, weigh your options carefully. It could be a chance to gain closure or even rekindle something if both of you have grown, but do ensure that you're not seeing them with rose-colored glasses. For those happily coupled, February reignites the spark. You'll find it natural to flirt and play with your partner as if you're newly dating again. Plan some creative dates, perhaps a painting class together, a day trip to a beautiful natural spot, or a cozy movie night with films you both love. The cosmic energy supports heartfelt gestures and forgiveness. If you've had a tiff recently, Venus helps you smooth it over and remember what drew you together in the first place. One thing to keep an eye on is Mars, your traditional ruler, roaring through your communication sector, Capricorn. While this gives you mental sharpness and the guts to speak your mind, it can sometimes make your tongue a bit too sharp. In heated moments with loved ones, pause and take a breath before reacting. A bit of patience will keep conversations constructive rather than combative, especially around the full moon on February 1st, which could bring underlying tensions briefly to light. Career and personal growth. Professionally, Scorpio, you are laying important groundwork this month. The new Moon Solar Eclipse in Aquarius on February 17th highlights your home and family sector, suggesting a change or new beginning in your domestic life that might also influence your career. Some Scorpios might move to a new house or city, reorganize the household, or begin a home-related project, like renovations, or even starting a home-based side business. You might finally set up that home office, making it easier to focus on professional tasks. Others could see a family situation, such as childcare or elder care responsibilities, reach a turning point, and you'll find a new equilibrium that allows you to pursue career goals with less distraction. Saturn leaves your home sector and enters Aries on the 13th, shifting its weighty influence to your area of work, routine, and health. Over the next couple of years, you'll be streamlining and structuring your daily life. In February, you might already notice the urge to get more organized at work. Perhaps you'll implement a new scheduling system, commit to beating procrastination, or accept a position that comes with greater responsibility. Don't be surprised if workload increases, or if you're asked to demonstrate more efficiency. It's Saturn's way of helping you master your craft. It could feel a bit heavy at first, but the progress you make now sets you up for long-term success and recognition. When Saturn eventually moves into your partnership zone, you'll want your personal systems in place. Meanwhile, Uranus, the planet of innovation, turns direct in your relationship sector on February 3rd. Partnerships in business might present surprises. A client could offer a collaboration that requires quick thinking, or a colleague might depart suddenly, changing team dynamics. Stay flexible and consider unconventional solutions. Uranus in your opposite sign has been teaching you that adaptation is survival and sometimes leads to brilliant outcomes. If you work closely with someone, encourage open dialogue and brainstorming, especially mid-month. They might have insights that help you break through a work challenge. Health and wellness. Health is an area to pay kindly attention to now. With Saturn moving into your wellness zone, it's like having a wise personal trainer by your side, reminding you to take care of your body and mind consistently. This month is the perfect time to start adopting healthier habits. Saturn rewards routine, so think about small, sustainable changes, getting up at the same time each day, creating a meal plan for better nutrition, or setting aside 30 minutes for exercise or stretching. The key is consistency. Even gentle yoga or a daily walk will make a difference if done regularly. Mercury's retrograde at the end of February might cause you to revisit a health matter you thought was resolved. Maybe an old injury flares up, or you realize you need a second look at a previous test result. Take it in stride. Use this time to gather information and get a solid plan from health professionals. Avoid self-diagnosing via the internet. We've all been there, because retrograde Mercury can lead to misunderstandings. On the mental health side, fiery Mars in your communication sector suggests your mind is very active now. While this gives you great problem-solving abilities, it can also lead to mental restlessness or overthinking, especially at night when you're trying to wind down. Combat this by establishing a relaxing evening routine, perhaps dimming lights, reading something soothing, not work-related emails, or practicing breathing exercises or guided meditation before bed. And if you feel yourself getting frustrated, Mars can do that, whether in traffic, at a slow computer, or with people. Make a conscious effort to unclench your jaw and breathe deeply. A calm response will keep your stress levels in check. The full moon in Leo on the 1st also emphasized self-care in the sense of work-life balance. If you felt stretched thin between career and home then, take steps now to delegate or schedule smarter so you're not burning the candle at both ends. Finance, emotional development, and social life. Financially, Scorpio, February seems relatively stable, but there are hints of future planning to consider. Saturn's exit from your speculative investment sector. It was in Aquarius, affecting your 5th house of risk in recent years, could ease some pressure or tightness you felt around money for leisure, children, or creative pursuits. If funds have been tied up in those areas, you might slowly feel more breathing room. However, Saturn heading into your everyday work sector means you might decide to budget more carefully in preparation for any shifts in job or routine. Perhaps you plan to set aside extra savings each month as a cushion, a wise idea if possible. Uranus's direct motion in your partnership zone might cause fluctuations in shared finances. If you have joint accounts or shared bills, keep communication open with the other party so surprise expenses don't catch anyone off guard. For example, if your spouse suddenly wants to invest in a new project, or your roommate decides to move out, impacting rent, you'll want to discuss it promptly and openly to adjust plans. Emotionally, the Saturn-Neptune conjunction on the 20th is working on you behind the scenes. This alignment is about blending reality with dreams in the context of your routines and service to others. You may be learning an important life lesson now about setting healthy boundaries. Scorpio, you are naturally insightful and often play the role of confidant or support for those around you, but Saturn here is showing you that even as you help others, you must not neglect yourself. If you've been sacrificing your own needs too much for work or for family, this month you begin to realize that doing so is neither sustainable nor necessary. Neptune softens your heart and keeps you compassionate, but Saturn gives you permission to sometimes say no or not right now without guilt. Spiritually, this can manifest as a newfound routine of solitude, maybe a morning ritual of journaling or an evening prayer, something that's just for you and restores your emotional equilibrium daily. Socially, February is lively, especially with Mars firing up your communication and community interactions. You might find yourself more active with neighbors, siblings, or online networks. This is a great time to reconnect with friends or relatives you haven't talked to in a while. You'll bring warmth and excitement to the conversation and probably have some interesting news to share. The eclipse in your home sector implies you might host a gathering at home or make your space a hub for loved ones. Perhaps family comes to visit, or you throw a belated New Year's get-together that is intimate and fun. These social moments can be healing too, with your career being busy and Saturn making you responsible. It's good to laugh and relax with people who know you well. By the end of the month, Scorpio, you're likely feeling a sense of empowerment. Your relationships are enriched by love and understanding. Your daily life is becoming more structured in a positive way, and you're taking steps that secure both your emotional and material foundations. Continue to trust your profound intuition as you navigate these changes. It will guide you to the right balance between caring for others and honoring yourself. Sagittarius. February fans the flames of your curiosity, refocuses your finances and career plans, and sets the stage for meaningful personal breakthroughs. Love and relationships. February brings a down-to-earth but affectionate tone to your relationships, Sagittarius. With assertive Mars spending the month in your sign's money and values sector, Capricorn for you, you might initially feel more preoccupied with practical matters than romantic ones. Perhaps you and your partner are working together on a financial goal or dealing with budget discussions. If single, you could be evaluating what you truly value in a partner more seriously than usual, unwilling to settle for less than someone who respects your worth. Don't worry, romance is certainly still on the cosmic agenda. Sweet Venus moves through your home and family zone in Pisces, starting February 10th, infusing your private life with tenderness and warmth. If you're attached, this is a great time to feather your nest together. Cozy nights in, cooking a meal side by side, or even sprucing up the living space to make it more comfortable and romantic. Little acts of kindness at home, like surprising your love by taking care of a chore or creating a relaxing environment with candles and soft music, will go a long way now. This gentle Venusian energy can also help heal any recent emotional rifts with family or your partner by promoting empathy and understanding. If you're single, you might feel like inviting someone you're interested in over for a home-cooked dinner or a Netflix movie night instead of going out on the town. It could also be that you meet a potential love interest through family or neighbors, perhaps at a local gathering or via a relative's introduction. With Mercury retrograde looming at month's end in this same part of your chart, be mindful of communication with relatives. An innocent comment could be misinterpreted. Clarity and patience will keep the peace. Also, an ex or an old family friend who once had romantic potential might resurface around that time. Keep your Sagittarian truthfulness at the forefront and check in with yourself about whether revisiting that connection aligns with your current values. Career and personal growth. Professionally, Sagittarius, you're in an intriguing transition phase. Saturn, the great taskmaster, enters your creativity and entrepreneurship sector, Aries, on February 13th, kicking off a new long-term cycle that encourages you to take your talents more seriously. If you've been juggling a pet project or a side hustle, this could be the time you decide to turn it into something more formal and structured. February is just the beginning, so you might start by making a realistic plan or timeline for something like launching a small business, writing that book you've dreamed about, or turning a creative hobby into a professional service. Saturn's energy is about steady progress. Find a mentor, outline your steps, and be prepared to put in consistent effort. Don't let the initial feeling of, "this is a lot of work," deter you. By breaking it down into manageable tasks, you can achieve major milestones over the next couple of years. Meanwhile, the new Moon Solar Eclipse on February 17th in Aquarius charges up your communication sector. You could have a brilliant new idea or decide to learn a skill that enhances your career. This eclipse might prompt you to launch a website, start a podcast, or even enroll in a course that bolsters your credentials. It's also possible that news arrives that changes your short-term plans. Perhaps you receive an offer for a project or position that involves writing, teaching, or travel, all things Sagittarians thrive on. Keep an ear open for these signals and be ready to say yes if it feels right. Uranus turning direct in your daily work and health sector on February 3rd suggests that any odd delays or uncertainties in your job routine will begin to clear. You've been undergoing changes in how you approach your work. Maybe you've started using new technologies or adopted a more unconventional schedule. Now, with Uranus moving forward, you can fully integrate those changes. If you've been considering a change of jobs to something that gives you more freedom or variety, you might see movement on that front too. Watch out for sudden opportunities or shifts around that date. Staying flexible will serve you well. Health and wellness. Your health journey this month is about balancing high energy with necessary rest. With Mars giving you a boost in Capricorn, your physical stamina is strong. You may feel motivated to tackle fitness goals, such as increasing your strength or trying a new workout regimen. Because Mars is in your money house, you might even invest in something like a gym membership, a piece of exercise equipment, or a program that can help you achieve your wellness objectives. That's great. Just make sure any routine you start is sustainable and doesn't lead to burnout. The Saturn-Neptune conjunction on February 20th falls in your creativity and pleasure zone, but it also touches on mental well-being. Saturn here can sometimes curb your usual optimism slightly, while Neptune might have you daydreaming or feeling a bit hazy. This mix can manifest as occasional mood dips or creative blocks. If you notice yourself feeling unusually frustrated or blue, especially if a creative project isn't progressing as quickly as you hoped, be gentle with yourself. It might help to incorporate some form of expressive exercise that melds body and mind, such as dance, tai chi, or even a playful sport that reminds you that having fun is healthy too. Venus in Pisces suggests that water, literally and figuratively, can be healing now. Consider relaxing baths, swimming, or spending time near a river or the ocean if possible. On a subtler level, staying hydrated and perhaps reducing harsh foods or stimulants will support your system. Mercury's retrograde at the end of the month warns to double-check any health-related appointments or instructions. It's easy to mix up times or mishear a prescription dosage under this influence, so keep notes and don't hesitate to call back a healthcare provider if you're unsure about something. Also, rest is essential. While your ruler Jupiter, still in Aries, your fifth house, has been giving you enthusiasm, Saturn's new presence reminds you that even the adventurers of the Zodiac need consistent sleep. Make your bedroom a sanctuary of comfort. Maybe spritz a calming lavender mist on your pillow, and try a regular bedtime routine to ensure you get those deep, restorative Zs. Finance, emotional development, and social life. Financially, February is about smart action and preparation. Mars in your income zone can sometimes coincide with impulsive spending. All those gadgets and goodies might call out to you. The Capricorn energy, however, usually keeps things in check by making you consider long-term value. You're likely working hard to earn money this month, and you might see a boost in income, or at least in your motivation, to improve your financial situation. It's a good time to assertively negotiate a pay raise or pursue a side income stream, as you have the confidence to advocate for yourself. Saturn shifting signs indicates that big investments or speculative spending should be approached cautiously now. Over the coming period, putting money into your creative projects or children, if you have them, can be fruitful, but Saturn will make sure you do it wisely. It might translate to budgeting for a child's education or slowly funding a personal venture rather than throwing all your resources in at once. Essentially, plan for fun, but within reasonable limits. Emotionally, Sag, you're on a journey of refining joy and authenticity. Jupiter is still in Aries, boosting your sense of adventure and willingness to express yourself. But Saturn meeting Neptune this month highlights that not all fun is frivolous. Sometimes it's deeply healing and important. You might be learning that saying no to certain invitations in favor of quality experiences or creative solitude is okay. You could also have a moment of insight around the 20th about a talent or passion you've neglected. Perhaps you realize how much drawing or music meant to you and decide it's time to bring it back into your life with commitment. This will feed your soul. Spiritually, you might feel drawn to explore the relationship between your inner child, the part of you that wants to play and love freely, and your adult responsibilities. Practices like guided meditations focusing on childhood memories, or even spending time with children, nieces, nephews, your own kids, or volunteering, can bring profound emotional realizations now. Socially, the eclipse in Aquarius opens up a world of connections. Don't be surprised if you find yourself busier with emails, texts, and invites. People want to talk to you and include you. Short trips or community events can be especially rewarding. You might decide to join a local club, attend workshops, or just catch up with neighbors more often. With Saturn leaving your communication sector, you may actually feel a lift. Speaking and networking become easier, and any heavy feeling or shyness in those areas dissipates. Uranus going direct in your work environment also might bring new colleagues, or a fresh social dynamic at the office, which keeps things interesting. By month's end, Sagittarius, you'll likely feel intellectually stimulated and socially engaged. You're balancing pragmatism with optimism, building towards a bright future step by step, and still cherishing the spontaneous joys that make life an adventure. Keep that fiery curiosity alive and enjoy this period of laying strong foundations, both materially and emotionally, for your next big leap. Capricorn. February's cosmic energy is focused on fortifying your foundations, harnessing your intellect for personal gain, and gently expanding your comfort zone. Love and relationships. Your relationships this month flourish best with open communication and shared curiosity. The month starts with a full moon in Leo on February 1st, shining brightly in the area of your chart that governs intimacy and deep emotional bonding. This could bring a hidden feeling to the surface. Perhaps you or your partner realize it's time to be more vulnerable and express what's in your heart. Don't be afraid to have a heartfelt conversation around that time. It can lead to a beautiful breakthrough where you both feel closer and more secure with each other. Venus spends most of February in Pisces, which is a harmonious placement for you, touching your sector of communication and local environment. If you're in a relationship, this means the little things matter now. Sweet text messages during the day, handwritten notes, or taking leisurely strolls and chatting about anything and everything will strengthen your connection. You'll find that speaking kindly and listening actively work wonders. You have an extra dose of tenderness in your words, helping resolve any lingering conflicts with ease. If single, Venus in Pisces can bring someone into your life through the magic of conversation. Stay open to random chats. The person you strike up a discussion with at the cafe or bookstore could turn out to be a romantic interest. Mercury's retrograde from February 26th in this same area suggests to double-check details if you're arranging dates or social meetups, as mix-ups in schedules or miscommunications are possible. It might also bring an old acquaintance or past crush back into contact. Perhaps they send a friendly message or you bump into them in the neighborhood. If so, trust your instincts. You've grown since you last knew them, and you'll know if it's worth reconnecting on a deeper level or not. Career and personal growth. February is pivotal for setting the stage in your finances and personal values, Capricorn. On February 17th, the new Moon Solar Eclipse in Aquarius activates your income sector, heralding a significant fresh start in how you earn or manage money. You might begin a new revenue stream, such as a side job or monetizing a hobby, or you could make an important purchase or sale that changes your financial landscape, like buying a car or selling a piece of property. This eclipse invites you to consider what talents of yours have been underutilized. You have an opportunity now to capitalize on skills and resources that you perhaps took for granted. It's like a cosmic green light to build greater financial independence. Saturn, your ruling planet, moves into Aries on the 13th, marking the beginning of a 2-year chapter focused on home, family, and real estate matters. You might feel an urge to lay down more permanent roots, maybe buying a home, renovating, or finally addressing a family obligation that's been on your mind. In the context of career, it could mean that working from home or balancing work with family life becomes a theme. It's possible you'll invest in a home office or rearrange family duties so you can focus on a career project. Don't be surprised if greater responsibilities at home coincide with greater responsibilities at work. Saturn is testing your ability to create a solid structure that supports both. However, given your innate knack for organization, you'll rise to this challenge by gradually implementing routines that ensure neither sphere is neglected. Mars, the planet of action, is blazing through your own sign for the first part of February. This is a powerful boost for you. You're driven, assertive, and ready to take charge. Use this dynamic energy to make strides in any stagnating projects or to assert yourself in negotiations. You'll come across as confident and capable, which is excellent for leadership endeavors. Just be mindful of pacing. With Mars in your sign, you might be more impatient than usual, especially with delays or people who don't keep up with your speed. Keep your famous cool by remembering not everyone has Mars fueling them like you do this month, and sometimes a gentle nudge works better than a shove. By the end of February, Mars will leave Capricorn and move on, so make the most of that extra drive while you have it. Health and wellness. Your physical and mental well-being get a supportive nod from the universe in February. Having Mars in your sign gives you a surge in vitality and the courage to tackle health goals head-on. If you've been meaning to start a fitness routine or strengthen your body, there's no time like the present. You'll find you have the stamina and determination to stick with a regimen now. However, remember that Mars can also raise stress levels if not balanced. Incorporating activities that let off steam, like jogging, cycling, or even a high-energy dance class, will keep you from becoming too tense or irritable. And since Saturn, your ruler, is now focusing on your home life, creating a calm domestic environment will indirectly benefit your health. Maybe declutter your living space or designate a little corner for relaxation or meditation. It doesn't have to be fancy. Even a comfy chair by a window with a nice view or a spot for your yoga mat can serve as your go-to peaceful retreat. Mercury's retrograde in your communications zone later in the month indicates you should guard against mental overload. There might be a lot of emails, calls, or errands going on, which could be mentally draining if you don't pause. Give yourself mini breaks during the day. Step outside for fresh air, stretch at your desk, or close your eyes for a 5-minute breath exercise. These little resets help prevent burnout. Also, keep an eye on respiratory health. Since Mercury rules breathing and it's in Pisces, maybe humidify dry winter air or practice deep breathing exercises. With Venus in Pisces enhancing your daily interactions, talking to friends or a loved one about how you feel can be remarkably therapeutic. Don't bottle things up. A compassionate listening ear will remind you that you're cared for and help lighten any emotional load. Finance, emotional development, and social life. Finances are front and center thanks to that Aquarius eclipse. It's a time to be both optimistic and practical about money. The eclipse could bring an opportunity to increase your income, but it also comes with the message to value yourself appropriately. If you've been undercharging for your work or hesitant to ask for what you're worth, this event might shift your mindset. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, is still blessing your home and family sector, which sometimes correlates with investments in property or family business. Perhaps you're considering purchasing a home or moving to a place that's more costly but beneficial in the long run. If so, use Saturn's influence to plan carefully how it fits in your budget. Saturn in Aries will urge you not to overextend. It would prefer you save up and manage a mortgage sensibly than jump into anything too risky. Emotionally, this is a month of subtle growth for you. Saturn's new position in your chart, the base of it, which is the fourth house of inner self, means you're starting an introspective journey. You'll be defining what security truly means to you, not just financially, but emotionally. You might begin addressing old childhood patterns or healing ancestral or family issues. It's a gradual process, one that will unfold over the next couple of years, so in February you may just feel the first hints of it. Pay attention to memories or feelings that surface, especially around the Saturn-Neptune conjunction on the 20th. Neptune can dissolve boundaries, possibly bringing a touch of nostalgia or blurred feelings about the past. It's okay to feel a bit tender. Channel that into something nurturing, cook a cherished family recipe, look through old photo albums, or have a heart-to-heart talk with a family member. These can provide a sense of resolution or understanding that strengthens your emotional foundation. Socially, you're well supported. Venus in Pisces makes you quite charming to everyone you meet. Your words carry warmth, and people enjoy conversations with you. You might find that neighbors or community folks are extra friendly. It's a good time to attend local events, as you might make a few new friends or useful contacts close to home. Mercury's retrograde at month's end could bring an old friend back into your life. Maybe you reconnect via social media or run into them serendipitously. Reunions like this could be surprisingly pleasant and offer closure or revived camaraderie. Overall, by the end of February, Capricorn, you'll probably feel like you've set solid wheels in motion. You're getting clearer about your material goals and life values, starting to transform your home base into exactly what you need, and forging stronger ties through thoughtful communication. Keep balancing that hard-working spirit with pockets of rest and heartfelt connection. That's your recipe for a fulfilling month.